Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This evening I'm going to be doing another movie review for you all. This movie is a dark comedy from the United States, English language, released in the year 2025, directed by Drew Hancock, and this film is called Companion. So Companion is about a group of friends that are going to catch up with each other in the remote countryside. They haven't seen each other in a while, and one of the friends has a new girlfriend that he wants to introduce to everybody. So this girlfriend, she actually knows a few of these friends already, and they don't really get along. So when they get to this remote countryside, there's a lot of tension in the air, but the boyfriend's hoping that she can calm down and that they can all get along. But unfortunately, during this weekend, there's going to be a hidden truth that comes out that turns it from being fun into something far nastier. So what happens at that point on is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Companion. This is a movie about toxic masculinity, and so for that I was very hesitant coming into this film, because toxic masculinity, it's made to believe that as males we all need to feel bad about ourselves or how we treat women, but in reality not everybody actually does that. And so toxic masculinity can go a little bit too far, especially in films, and so that was why I was a little bit hesitant coming into Companion. But when I saw the reviews, a lot of hype around it that it was a very, very good movie, and so I thought, alright, well, I'm going to give this one a shot, and I was hoping that it was actually going to be as good as I wanted it to. And after watching Companion, I will say, although I enjoyed it a lot, there is one glaring problem that I had, and that's something I'll talk about a little bit later. But what I liked about this movie is that it is about toxic masculinity. It is about the Western sort of culture objectifying women in a sexual way, but it's having a lot of fun doing that. And so it's not serious, it's not lecturing us all on how we should behave, basically treating us like children. It is a movie about that toxic masculinity, but it is a lot of fun, and it uses it in a very darkly humorous way. And so I thought that worked really, really well. Finally, we have a movie that is not hating all males, it is actually having fun with that sort of attitude. And so as the movie progresses, there are hidden truths that come out into this film that I thought really set the cat amongst the pigeons. And so this weekend getaway turns into something far nastier, and that was something that I really, really liked. And so it starts off as a romantic sort of rom-com comedy, and then it turns into a really nasty, violent movie. And the violence I thought was done really, really well, but at the same time it had a very comedic tone to it. So tonally I thought this movie was very, very consistent. And coming into the United States, I don't necessarily gravitate to their sense of humour very well, but I thought as though this movie really worked. And so I think it was because it was having fun with that attitude of toxic masculinity. And so if you are a movie fan that takes these sort of themes very seriously, then you're not going to like this movie. But if you want to have a bit of fun, Companion definitely fits the brief as far as actually making you enjoy all the carnage that has been put upon you. So that was all very good. I thought to myself, phew, this is a movie that is not going to be what I thought, and I just had a lot of fun with it from start to finish. And so the acting I thought was very decent. It's a very quirky film, so it's off-putting, so you know that something's not right. And so the interactions, their behaviour towards each other, it almost feels like it's out of a different dimension. And so again, that's what I liked. If you can disconnect yourself enough from a character, this is where you can have fun in really serious themes. So these serious themes combined with a quirky, out of this world sort of environment, I thought, alright, this is why I'm laughing at it. But there's moments that I actually felt really guilty for laughing. But it's just that type of movie that it makes fun of, dark themes, and it's not taking itself seriously. That's something that I really, really liked. And it's a breath of fresh air as far as comedic sort of thrillers are concerned, coming out of the United States. So the end of the film I thought was actually quite decent. I really thought, alright, I want to know what's going to happen right at the end. But the reason why I didn't love this movie as much as I wanted to is because of the trailer. Now, as far as marketing this film is concerned, I actually read something about the director saying that he needed to show things in a trailer to entice people to watch the film. But unfortunately, when you actually watch the trailer, you know what the overall twist to this movie is. And so it would have been a lot better if it left you in the dark, because I actually thought the twist would have worked really, really well, because you wouldn't be expecting it. But when you know what's going to happen, it's a cheat sheet. You know that things are going to transpire in a certain way, that the suspense is completely eliminated. And so you feel to yourself, okay, I've seen the twist in the trailer, why do I need to watch the movie? And thankfully, there is enough value in the film to actually watch it, even though you know what it's about. But I just thought as though it was a really bad decision to actually include things in the trailer. So if you haven't seen the trailer, don't watch it, because you know exactly how this movie is going to turn out. But if you haven't seen the trailer, I thought as though, okay, that twist is really going to work. So I don't know what the director was thinking. As I said, it's one of the worst decisions that I've seen in a very long time, because it would have worked so much better if you didn't know what to expect. And when you know what to expect, then unfortunately you can play fortune teller to some degree. But fortunately, the movie is well made to the point where you can actually, although you know what's going to happen, you can predict what's going to happen, it's still fun to actually go along with it. So that was good, and so that unfortunately was the major criticism what prevented this movie from being an absolutely fantastic movie. But pushing that aside, if you are a fan of darkly humorous movies that take on very serious subject matters, especially with toxic masculinity, they are words that have been used to no end, and it is frankly quite tiring. But when you use it as a darkly sort of humorous movie, I thought, okay, that's a breath of fresh air. Finally, someone who's not taking themselves too seriously, not lecturing the audience, but having a lot of fun with the audience, then this movie is definitely for you. So unfortunately, the trailer really kills the film to some degree, but it was entertaining enough to actually follow it from start to finish. And so with the unpredictable quality taken out of it, I still enjoyed it, and as a result of that, I'm going to give Companion 3.5 stars. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.